Here's to whiskey kisses, the peaty taste of sin.
Greetings, whiskey folk, and welcome back to Drinking Out Loud. I am your host, as ever, Adam Bradshaw, and today we are here for the official unbottling of That Boutique-y Whisky Company's Blended Grain No. 1, Batch 3, 45-year-old whiskey. Not often we get to try a 45-year-old whiskey here. So why am I unbottling this? I am unbottling this because this was recently featured in our Whisky Showcase tasting, and if you missed it, you missed out. This is a ridiculous whiskey. I can't wait to try it. And it gets more ridiculous. It's not just that it's a 45-year-old whiskey. This is a limited edition to celebrate 10 years of That Boutique-y Whisky Company. A company which has made some incredible whiskies. We've had many of them on this channel. In fact, this is a blended grain whiskey. We recently had a blended grain whiskey. Actually, this guy, right up here. "30-year-old blended grain whiskey. Already incredible. This is 45. Can't wait. All right. Let's put that over there. So, it does not stop there. Not only is this a special limited edition for the birthday of Boutique-y Whisky Company, not only is this a 45-year-old whiskey from Scotland, it's from not one but two closed distilleries. This is literally just two distilleries blended together. This is a double grain. This is not a single grain, this is a double grain. And yeah, both of them are closed. This has Port Dundas, which closed in 2010. Big fan of Port Dundas, one of my all-time favourite grain distilleries. I was just talking about them on a video I just recorded earlier today, actually. It's the major component of Art and Decadence by Cambus box right behind me. Beautiful, beautiful whiskey. Also Port Dundas based. We had a 37-year-old S&WS Port Dundas that I got to revisit recently at a charity tasting. Absolutely insane whiskey. And yeah, Port Dundas is one half of the distilleries represented in here. The other one is called North of Scotland. And it closed in 1980, 8 years before I was even born. And it's so rare that I've never come across it as a single grain. Literally never seen a bottle of it. I've only ever seen it in this. And one of the wonderful things about North British, that is a different single grain, which I'm very familiar with. I could see it from my bedroom window in Edinburgh. North of Scotland Distillery was only open for 22 years. So, not a lot was made. 1976 was when these whiskies were distilled. The second hottest summer on record in the UK so far. In fact, that might have already been broken last year. I can't remember what year this was bottled, but that might be old news. All right, let's take a look at it, shall we? In classic boutique style, it's a 500ml bottle. This is one of their limited edition releases. So their regular core range is now 700ml, but this is their limited edition release. This is 500ml. But a different shaped bottle than we're used to. I don't know what the deal with that is. It's kind of interesting. I don't know what's going on there. Nothing completely out of the ordinary. They didn't go for like a crazy look for this special edition. It got gold foil on the top, I guess. That's different to what they normally do. But the same sort of really interesting hand-drawn labels. And this one seems to be of a tropical archipelago and a pirate ship and a compass/lemon wedge. It's got banana trees on it. It's got a campfire. It's got a coconut tree on a own little island within a little bay. It looks like a very nice place to visit, I have to say. Perfect blue oceans. Oh, and yeah, it comes with stickers. Nice. It's batch 1 stickers. I've yet to see a batch 2. I don't know if there is a batch 2 stickers. I love these stickers, but I keep being slightly disappointed that there's not a new batch when I open them up. I'd like to see new stickers. But either way, I know what's going to happen to these. I'm going to end up giving them to Taryn, my co-worker, and she's going to end up sticking them on things around the store, and I'm going to have to then peel them off when they start to look a bit bad in about a year's time. So I look forward to peeling these off of the of our receipt printer in 2025. Great stickers. All right. 44.2% alcohol. Probably cask strength. Boutique-y usually bottles around 50. And if it's less than 50, apart from their new core range, which is bottled at 45.8, they're all bottled at that for some reason. If it's less than 50 for their limited edition releases, it's almost always a sign that it's cask strength. And at 45 years old, that makes sense. This is individually numbered bottles, 256 of 406. So just 2 casks, most likely, blended together. Oh, man. All right, time to get a glass. Maybe 3, actually. There's probably going to be a lot of evaporation after 45 years. Would not surprise me. I'm going to drink this out of the 2024 Victoria Whisky Festival Glencairn. If you were there, I may have seen you. It was an incredible festival. I'm looking forward to 2025. Preparations are well underway for that. All right, let's peel off this gold foil. I'm always a little scared peeling off the foil lids because the amount of times the foil has slid underneath my thumbnail and like stabbed me under the nail bed is unpleasant. I need some kind of tool. If anyone has a tool for getting foil, there we go. For getting the foil off of a whiskey lid. I know there's foil cutters for wine. I don't think it's quite. That seems a little overkill. I don't need to cut it off, but like tweezers maybe. Tweezers, whiskey tweezers. There we go. I'm gonna mark it whiskey tweezers. All right. Ooh. Interesting. It's a real cork, but it felt synthetic coming out. That was, yeah, it's interesting. Very light on the cork pop, but don't let that dissuade you. Cork pop is not everything. It's just a little added bonus. All right. Gotta be careful. It's a 500ml bottle, so there's not much to go around at tomorrow's tasting. I can't be pouring myself a giant dram as much as I would like to. Well, it unlocked an old memory, not 45-year-old memory, because I don't have those. I'm not in my 40s yet. But it did unlock a memory that is at least 20 years old. 25 years old. This smells like one of my dad's favourite snacks when I was growing up. I have fond memories of, on occasion, I would be allowed to stay up a little bit past my bedtime if there was a TV show that I showed an actual interest in or something, or there's something special going on. My dad was into The Bill for a while. I have fond memories of watching The Bill. It was one of the ones I was allowed to watch from a young age, even though, it was a crime show. It was a little edgy. Not really. The Bill's about as edgy as... I don't know. It's not edgy. I'm trying to think of a Canadian show is about as edgy as. It's just not. About as edgy as Bones, maybe. That's a good American show that was popular over here. Anyway, and sometimes, if my dad was feeling hungry late at night, he would have a banana sandwich. He would get white bread, like straight up, just Warburton's, it would have been, I think, or, well, supermarket's own brand most of the time, but on occasion we would have had Warburton's if it was on sale. And it wouldn't have been butter, it would have been margarine back then. Although I feel duped. I went back to visit my parents last year, and they now have butter. Where was the butter when I was growing up? I grew up on margarine, and I feel duped. It would have been margarine and slices of banana on there. And I grew to quite like that. Because I would get to steal a bite of it every now and again. And that, on the nose, is exactly that. It's got this wonderful butteriness. It's got this sort of really light, grainy note that's the white bread, and it has this tropical fruit note, which is very much banana. But also, another thing that involved margarine-slathered white bread with another one of my dad's favourite snacks, normally on a Sunday afternoon, though, rather than an evening thing. He was a big fan of tins of fruit cocktail. So, like chunks of pineapple and peaches and pears and those Morello cherries in like a syrup. And he would dunk the white bread into the syrup. Yeah. That is absolutely what's going on the nose there as well. Tropical fruits, creamy sort of butteriness, and this nice sort of doughy Oh, man. It feels like the kind of dessert which you would accidentally discover at like a Caribbean restaurant that you've never been to before. And it's like not a common thing, but it was just like tropical fruit sort of cakey pastry thing that they make, and it's just incredible. And then you go to another restaurant, you're on a holiday maybe, and you try and go to another Caribbean restaurant and no one's ever heard of it. You know, it's one of those little like grandma's secret recipe kind of things. All right, I've got to go in on the palate because the nose is just so succulent and tempting. There's ginger on the palate as well. It's not just fruit. There's a little bit of a spice going on there. Crystallized ginger. The peaches are coming a little bit more forward in that fruit salad. Still fruit salad, but maybe some tinned peaches going on there. Oh, that's lovely. Soft, delicate, complex, dusty. Oh. I can't think that I've ever had such a deep, complex, summery feeling whiskey before. Normally, if I have something... Oh man, look at the legs. That's wild. They're just suspended on the glass. They're not even moving. Normally, if I have a whiskey that has this much depth and complexity, it's usually like deep and rich and tannin forward and like old leather books and very, very wintry almost feeling. This is totally tropical, but so deep and interesting at the same time. It's the other side of the old whiskey coin. Definitely bourbon casks, like without a doubt. There's no sherry cask in this. This is light, vibrant, vanilla forward undertones from the cask. But it really, even after 45 years, the cask is not the lead here. The spirit is the lead, and the spirit is dancing on a tropical beach with one of those funny little coconut bras, which... I can't imagine actually supply much support. They don't seem very functional. The grass skirts aren't particularly functional either. Something tells me that that's not a real outfit that was really worn for functional things. I think that might be something silly for tourists, isn't it? But yeah, there's something very late night tropical beach about this. Even the fly wants it. Get away. It's mine. All right. Well, that's delightful. I have no idea if there's any of this left. Like I said, at time of recording, I'm setting this up because we're having this at a tasting, which I'm going to be presenting tomorrow, which by the time this is uploaded to YouTube will have already happened. And in fact, the people there will have given it a score. I don't know that score yet. Maybe I'll put it up on the screen if I remember. It'll definitely be on our webpage, though. There might be some left. There might not be. There was only 4 bottles. Got a sold-out tasting. Odds are not in you guys' favour. But if there is a bottle left, you might be able to get it. Regular price is $452.96, which means the sale price is $407.66. Now, remember this is a 500ml bottle, but even still, at less than $10 a year for a 45-year-old whiskey... That is absolutely outstanding value for this style and age and rarity of whiskey. Yeah, I'm really, really glad I got to try this one. I'm even more glad I got to share this one with the whiskey folk. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed my little unbottling. And if you didn't make it to the tasting, hopefully this might persuade you to come to the next one if you're here in Victoria, BC. If you're not, thanks for tuning in from elsewhere. Slanchavar, we'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.
Your way home.